As you probably know, the world of sports is a very serious place. At the same time, even the most famous athletes can't live without a sense of humor and self-irony, because virtually anything can happen during a match or a competition. These are such things as impossible and ridiculous free kicks on the football field, unsuccessful jumps, stupid actions of fans, and even incomprehensible mistakes of referees. One needs to know how to smile and forget about it whenever one faces such a situation. In our today's episode, we have prepared a collection of the best moments in sports that will make you laugh. While almost losing her power, athlete number 5 still managed to cross the finish line first. When you lack a couple of centimeters to reach such a desirable line, then even objectively good results won't make you happy. How do you like this girl's victory dance? It seems that this victory was long awaited for her. The gymnast made a mistake and fell, but she landed as casually as possible. Apparently, the last athlete had a bad day and she did not even try to show a decent result. The motorcycle racer did not manage to go into a turn and he had to leave the race in order not to get into an accident. For gymnasts, the ability to keep balance is very important. It allows girls to perform the most difficult flips. After a successful jump, you can exhale with relief and prepare for the next one. Something went wrong and the striker couldn't throw the ball because he lost it. A little later, he found the ball on the back of his glove. During the run, it might have seemed to everyone that nothing would work out and the athlete would not succeed, but everything happened in the right way. The unexpected success gave the athletes genuine emotions of joy. Even if the girl touched the bar, it did not prevent her from praising herself and sincerely rejoicing at the result. The swimmer lost her balance before the jump, but quickly gathered herself and still managed to do everything right.
What a shame.
After such a brilliant goal, you can not only rejoice, but you can do anything. The athlete herself can't believe that she couldn't do what she always did flawlessly at the most crucial moment. In addition, it punished this hot-tempered guy. Sometimes, just a little mistake can make the performance look more spectacular than it was planned. I wonder what is the name of the sport they do in this club. Do you have any ideas? This guy knows exactly how to support a girl. In the fundamental confrontation between Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve, the first one decided to attack, and he was disqualified. I may sound biased, but if you're walking around a hall where acrobatic stunts are being done, you have to mind your step. This is what it means to take the victory at the last millisecond. This player rejoiced too early and dropped the ball a centimeter before the line he had to cross. And the photographer who photographed him in a pretentious pose can call this portrait the main disappointment in sports. They can even make a quick photo of him standing against the photographer. It seems that the coach will have questions for player 13 for such a failure. And yet there are some cool acrobatic tricks in baseball. And this racer decided to use the fencing on the track to maintain speed. Most likely, such a slam dunk resulted in only his parents being called into the school. The volleyball player was not afraid to hit the ball by jumping over the fence. This is the moment when something goes wrong, one step away from the cherished goal. It seems here that the current champion, called Tyson Fury, is trying to act like a legend, Muhammad Ali. While moving at the high speed, the racer touched the ground with his knee, but was able to keep his balance. It looks like she has her own idea of sports nutrition. Do you also have the impression that he never hit the ball? By using such a trick with a ball, the girl created a real celebration for the children. And this is the most unusual strategy to perform a penalty. It seems that this is the best apprentice of Hawkeye. And this is the case when you are an athlete, but you completely forgot about your fine motor skills. While training at home, you need to make sure that the inventory is properly secured. While defending the ball, this player clearly exceeded the necessary strength and risked injuring the opponent. I think he won't get away with such an act. In this world, there are different ways to interpret the strange movements of this guy, although in reality, he just fought the way he knows. But he could just calmly take the ball and continue the game, but for some reason he decided to send it back to the basket, and to the basket of his team. When you can't really surprise the audience with anything, a variety of methods are used, and such an enchanting fall is one of them. In any case, the soccer ball was destined to hit this gate. The cyclist started celebrating his victory even before crossing the finish line, and it should be noted that he was very lucky not to fall down in the dirt. You should always respect your opponent in sports, and it's certainly bad to act like that. If you don't know how to hit, your opponent will be happy to take advantage of the situation. While showing weakness in the competition, you need to remember that there will always be someone who will try to eliminate you. I wonder what this girl's doing. Do you have any guesses? The winning race ended with fireworks in her head, but it was not the way the winner expected. And this is the case when you wanted to do everything perfectly, but something went wrong. Always remember that there's a reaction to every action. The motorcyclist wanted to get rid of the opponent in a sneaky way, but in the end, he couldn't finish the race. When you overestimate your abilities. I wonder what the team said to this player after the game. This is what the surprise effect looks like in football. And this is how to prank a player from the opposite team. Remember, a yacht is not the most sustainable place to play golf. I bet you can't find a nicer opponent to play basketball with. This is definitely a prize for the most beautifully hit ball. Some parents instill the will to win from a very young age. Sometimes you're destined to score the ball. If your friend is an active fan, you may miss the game because of him. Nothing unusual, it's just that this guy is skiing with a bear? Your purposefulness is your willingness to send the ball to your opponent's goal, even with your face. And this girl showed a little more than she had planned. The cat in front of the TV was able to trip up a football player. It looks like she was confused and decided to do acrobatics. And this is another incredible own goal with their head. And here is a reason to get a dog. It will support you absolutely in everything you do. Sometimes unusual obstacles appear on the football field. This guy is so cool that he can get a strike with just half a ball. He can become an incredibly good goalkeeper. This is what the talent of throwing the ball into the ring at a great distance looks like. How many points do you think it is? And this racer had an accident, and it seems he hasn't even noticed it. It looks like this motorcycle can do just fine without a driver. He was trying to celebrate the moment by giving an overly powerful high five. And this is the feeling when you accidentally do two tricks in one jump. For such a throw, they have to give him extra points. And this is what happens when football is definitely not for you. let's still give her a couple of points for her efforts. Poor coach. Well, you never know what to expect from a crazy crowd. New player on this team, and from the very first seconds he tried to show everyone what he is capable of. And this is the case when one mistake can become truly fatal. The hockey player thought that he had given one of the members of the opposing team to be torn to pieces by his colleagues, but fortunately, the guys turned out to be much more humane. When you tried very hard, had a good start and acceleration, but your legs got tangled. In any situation, you should not lose your sense of humor. As you can see, it gives you strength. After such a loud failure, I wonder if player 11 would be able to continue his career. What do you think? And this is the case when dancers try their hand at football. After such a spectacular jump, I think no one else got to the finish line. And this girl was rushing around the beach court so desperately that she simply did not leave any chance of winning for her opponents. When you're the most precise person, you can expect anything. Even strong and athletic guys in the shower are boys who always want to prank each other. I can always look at the victory dances to be charged with the emotions that they convey. Heavy sport is a very emotional spectacle. You never know how this or that approach will end. Girls are very emotional. Feelings can control you even at the most crucial moment. Baseball is such a fast sport that it's not always possible to play without accidental injuries. Incredible things happen at competitions. With the right partner, you can even run the distance blindly and win. It seems that they will have to compete for the award of the winner also among themselves. Such a large-scale collision with traumatic consequences, as it turned out, is possible not only in the world of racing. And here's direct proof of that. When you planned to do everything perfectly, it turned out to be as always. If everything went wrong in your life, the main thing is to be able to rise up with dignity and pretend that nothing happened. The incredible luck of the goalkeeper of the team has made fans in the stands think that he has some hidden superpowers. What could be better than a direct hit to the target? Right, only a double hit. And this player decided to demonstrate his crazy skills by jumping over the referee's area and throwing the ball back onto the court. The athlete clearly did not expect that not the most pleasant surprise would ricochet into his face in just a second, but everything happens for the first time. That's really unlucky for the poor racer. He had to face not only such a dangerous adventure on the track, but also received a blow on the head from an opponent. In any incomprehensible situation, just dance. It doesn't matter what others say. Apparently, in the end, he decided to please everyone with an unexpected striptease. The ability to stop on time is one of the most important things in life, and it would be better for the rider to know this rule. And this is the best example of when only the fast survive can be applied to even sports cars at a competition. While all the athletes were confidently striving for the finish line in their race, one girl decided that it would be more interesting to get acquainted with the treadmill face to face. A smile can smooth out any uncomfortable situation, so smile often. And this is the case when you want to squeeze the maximum out of yourself, and in the end, you realize that you just screwed up the crucial moment. I don't think his football idol appreciated such a joke. She was ready to conquer this springboard and make the best jump of her life, but something went wrong. This girl can make great progress in golf if she learns to stand on her feet. If you think that only Peter Parker can do such a trick, you're wrong. The speed of this dancer is simply incredible. And this is the most unusual goal scored in his entire career. And such a device was assembled by the guys in the gym. It looks a bit messy here. When you created a mini game right in a break between classes. We don't know if it breaks the rules, but it turned out to be very impressive. And here's what Ronaldo will do on the playground when he retires. The goalkeeper tried to knock the ball out, but hit a player from his own team, scoring a ridiculous own goal. If you want to increase the runner's speed, just put a dog in the stadium to run after him. And this is how a goal and a knockdown look at the same time. It's a magical gate that can't be scored. And this is a very unusual tactic for playing basketball. A real basketball master doesn't even need to look where he throws the ball. Have you ever had a moment where you were self-confident and focused on the goal but forgot to jump? Never bury your head in the sand, even if you are very scared. No wonder they say that the more beautiful a girl is, the scarier her secret is. And this is a rather unusual way to cheer up your player, but you can do a lot of things for the sake of victory. In general, a boxer in red gloves can choose a passive combat tactic. He can just stand and wait for the opponent to knock himself out. That's why yoga in couples should always be done in clean underwear. If you were wondering what the Grinch looks like nowadays, pay attention to this woman. And this man also knows how to enjoy sporting achievements. Do you recognize yourself in the gym? Which one of them are you? This year, the Movie Academy should definitely nominate this guy for the role of the most injured football player. Of course, this is not the best way to get revenge on an ex. And this elderly woman was just looking at her phone during the game and did not notice the ball flying at her. We hope she's all right. During the next game, she will dance the same way. What to do if your football team loses and you want to go home in a good mood? Wear the opposite team's t-shirt underneath. Oh, we just hope he didn't show off in front of a girl he liked. I wonder what is his place at the top of the worst goalkeepers. Roger Federer is a tennis legend. He decided to play with a very young fan, but the final of this meeting turned out to be very unpredictable.
Federer's head for a winner.
He just asked his opponent to help him pick up the girl he liked.
3 plays. But this drive is all Tony Romo. 3 times this drive, he's gotten it done.
You can rarely expect anything good from mascots. For example, this hugging player hung a sign on his back asking him to kick him. This guy has his own training system, but we must admit it is extremely effective. Have you ever seen a human being used instead of a rope? Well, now you'll never forget it. And this mascot is just a walking nightmare of any arachnophobe. This guy just wanted to enjoy the game, and he did not expect to see a huge spider on himself. Maybe this girl is not the best runner, but she definitely takes first place in the funny and fast category. If you wanted to see more of the Rope Man, we have a special flying version for you. First, he showed us the wonders of speed, and then the wonders of reaction. It looks like this is a new basketball technique for suppressing the opponent's will. Obviously, this dog prefers hockey. And this guy can juggle 7 balls at once on his racket. The steering wheel came off at high speed, which is why he had to stop right away. And this is a great life hack if you don't have a powerful camera on your phone. Nothing will prevent this athlete from performing another set at the gym. And this is a really tense moment at the ring. This man tried to knock the ball out of a difficult position, but fell into a pond. And this is the most painful own goal in water polo in the history of the sport. Riding a motorcycle in winter is not the best idea, but it's even worse to try to drive on ice. He could have scored this goal, but decided to make a trick and missed. Spanking the one who carries you is not the best idea. Only real teammates can hand you ice packs right on the go. And this is the visual embodiment of the perfect technique, dexterity, and precision. When you were ready to give 100% for the victory of the team, life had other plans for you. If you want to stand out, you can find more interesting methods. Probably it is necessary to have brass balls to drive such an uncontrollable car. It seems that this trick on the rollers was supposed to be spectacular, but her fall was much more spectacular. Judging by how quickly and easily she got up after such a heavy fall, her bones are very strong. Approaching the opponent from behind, always be ready for any development of events. Did you think that wrestling is a bloody, cruel sport and only intended for real men? Then it is completely unclear what these two were doing in the ring. With such skills, he could well claim to be the main character in the new Spider-Man movie. It's amazing, isn't it? If you're a real pro in your business, then nothing will prevent you from achieving the highest result under any circumstances. When you want to celebrate a successful goal by embracing glass support and no other players of your team, quite a strange choice, I admit. You will do anything to stop an opponent in American football. This athlete clearly did not like the mascot. But often the mascots themselves give a reason to dislike them. Who could have expected such a throw just 2 seconds before the end of the match? And this is your friend with whom you competed as a child. Why limit yourself to tennis when you can mix it with football? She thinks 2 is better than 1. And this is the moment when one takes the advice to get their head out of their ass, literally. Why not add a couple of tricks to the usual jump? This level of this player is so high that he can even fight in a sitting position. The probability of scoring a goal from a penalty kick is around 86%. Is this a reason to be that evil after? Flip before a touchdown looks not only amazing, but also effective. When you've been trying to convince your parents that athletics is better than wrestling since childhood. And who said that mascots are useless? We could suggest putting on a hat for this Colombian athlete, but we don't want to hide even a centimeter of her beauty. Punches from behind look impressive in any sport. Judging by her reaction to the falling rack, she is a very emotional person. Sometimes it looks even nice not to keep the balance in gymnastics. It seems that this is a clear attempt to make not only a jump, but also to demonstrate the bench press. When something doesn't go according to plan, always pretend that this was the plan. It seems that it was karma that scored this ball in the goal. If your team has become world champions, you can celebrate it in any way. This girl does not need skis to move on the water. It is said that karate helps to concentrate energy. This sportswoman directed her energy exclusively to facial expressions and emotions. This karate guy definitely had an insidious plan. First, he shows us his technique and power by breaking the tablet correctly. After that, he strikes another person, but then, with annoyance, he realizes that he did not finish off his opponent, and with the third blow, he finishes his task. Usually these videos happen with guys, so we know what her pain feels like. We already had the worst goalkeeper in the world today, but this man won't be able to score even to his goal. One random throw allowed this guy to feel like a real sports star, but even his reaction was not as vivid as one of the legendary James LeBron. The victory was almost in his pocket when he noticed that his opponent needed help. And fortunately, he did not pass by because the situation turned out to be extremely serious. If you are a good person and an excellent driver, confident in your own abilities, you will not refuse to help even your most avid competitors. Children treat their idols with special love and enthusiasm. Well, if they also receive some gifts from them, then they are extremely happy. After his loss, the boxer had to kneel in front of the winner of the contest. but he definitely did not expect that the response would be the following. This unusual pizzaiolo not only went into wrestling, but also learned how to use the dough as a weapon. Nobody has lifted the barbell in such a manner yet. This new type of teaching should become part of the Olympic program. And this is the coolest way to light a match. Even though this athlete did not lift the weight perfectly, just look at his positive attitude. What do you need to do if you really want an autograph from your favorite player, but forgot your notebook at home? Now the guy in the background will have to work to restore his self-confidence for a long time. The fan tried to catch the ball, but only caught the nachos with his face. And this is the most loving mascot in the world.
That's hilarious. The Flyers are back at the Wells Fargo.
Sometimes players celebrate victory too early, and this guy accepted defeat too early. And this man decided to kiss his mistress at the back, but clearly did not expect that he would be shown on television. Now someone is going to have a serious conversation at home. It seems that he can play not only basketball, but football as well. This grandfather in disguise decided to share his experience with young players. With such a racket, it'll be quite difficult to win. And this is the case when basketball is not for you. Sometimes something goes wrong from the very beginning. And this athlete won't be stopped even by a missing ski, although he had to fall. This is what the consequences of real active work in the gym look like. And a kick from this guy is capable of knocking one down. It's time to start issuing driving license for golf carts. And this Filipino athlete showed not the softest entry into the water.
On the Philippine diving team, they're having a rough go at it.
This guy confused the pins with the lamp above him. Turns out that these two athletes turned out to be equally strong or equally weak. Yes, maybe he didn't keep his partner, but he showed a cool cosplay on Spider-Man. And this is not the best way to slow down. someone will have to collect all these balls, and it will take a lot of time. Girls are always girls. Even in the most serious sports, many of them do not lose their attractiveness and good manners. We are all used to thinking that MMA fighters are formidable and brutal guys. It's true, but not always. At the same time, humane features always come first. Everyone can unintentionally harm another person, but the way that you use to get out of an uncomfortable situation shows your inner qualities. After a rather successful long jump, the athlete first of all wanted to hug her coach, and it says a lot about her. Who would also stop right after the race to help and support a competitor who stumbled and fell shortly after the start? This is an incredible victory. The blind athlete proved that the impossible is nothing in our world. It's good that the figure skater who took third place realized that it wasn't her medal on her neck. More importantly, she even managed to make the entire situation funny and enjoyable. Such sincere feelings of the girl are priceless, but I'm sure that her beloved one was no less nervous at that moment. Sometimes the love and recognition of fans knows no boundaries. Another important thing is that your object of adoration has to be a worthy person. The fighter who lost in the ring showed his respect for his opponent by putting a championship belt on him. Perhaps this is what the highest form of respect looks like for a coach. And this joint race with the Paralympians brought me a lot of warm feelings. And this is the case when you can't let your own team down in any way. You have to be ready to sacrifice yourself. The athlete suffered because of her direct competitor, but still did not leave her in trouble while offering her a helping hand. And this girl ran straight to the racetrack to find out if everything was all right with her beloved. It seems that she was shocked by everything that was happening for a few seconds. LeBron James can be a very busy person in life, but he definitely has time for the most ardent fans. I can imagine the level of happiness from this kid when he received a gift from his idol in sports. What else can I add? This is a noble act of a worthy competitor. And this runner was only a few meters from the finish line when his body simply stopped obeying him. It was a great opportunity for his rivals, but not everyone took advantage of it. And this boy experienced true happiness when he had the opportunity to play one-on-one with the legendary football player. There are different ways to take a person on his last journey, and these teammates came up with something that turned out to be incredibly touching. Just look at the sincere and instant reaction of the girl when her opponent was seriously injured after hitting the ball. Everyone gathered to honor the memory of a colleague who will never be able to ride on the same track with them again. Any football player may have many significant goals in his career, but none of them can be compared to the one that is scored in memory of someone very close to him. It seems that someone here is incredibly lucky, otherwise the consequences would be very sad. If you really love someone, then you want the whole world to know about your feelings, and how great it is that their feelings were mutual. The ability to smooth out sharp corners in any controversial situation is a very cool skill in life. And this is a great reaction from a person who is not used to losing. It is good when athletes have healthy competition and they are always ready to help in difficult situations. And here is another vivid example to confirm my previous words. Diego Sanchez showed his best qualities when he decided to fight a man who in ordinary life would have never entered the ring. Moreover, he allowed him to get the long-awaited victory. And here's another gift for an emotional fan. This girl is happy. Perhaps the guardian angel of this athlete was hiding in the body of her coach. With such a level of protection, there is certainly nothing to be afraid of. This is what a real hero looks like. He has already run 100 marathons to give happiness and bright emotions to those who cannot do it on their own. And this is a real father who was not stopped by any prohibitions, rules, and barricades to save his son from trouble. If a person wants something very much and strives to achieve the goal, there can be no excuses. How cute! Just look at how the baby looks at her idol. Carson Pickett decided to support her little fan during a break in the match. To say that it was touching is to say nothing.